Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Welcome back to our weekly program, Saturday. So those who are attending Saturday school, they can please go into that room. Only kids, no parents. Lakshmi Pati.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Hare.
Today we have the feature our Satsanga founder. His name is Mukta Sangha Prabhu. Everyone knows that. If you
Is
don't
this for
know
online
anyone,
or just?
if you don't know anyone, then I can introduce him. But I also don't know everything. But I see when I came, especially 2009, I remember him. I see he's serving ISKCON Philadelphia. It's lots of service, and also he has a good family. My Mataji name is Kirtida Mataji, and also he has two children, Brinda Devi and Tarun Rangam. This Prabhu will discuss about again for the 10 offenses of the Harinam Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please listen carefully, everything. Have a good day. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So try to keep your cell phone in vibrate mode, if possible. So for 2 minutes we'll sing Jai Radha Madhava for everyone to get energized. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Bhajayana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhajayana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhajayana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhajayana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari यशोदानन्दन भज जनरञ्जनं यशोदानन्दन भज जनरञ्जनं यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय गुरुदेवा 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 हरि बोल। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Advaita Gadadhara Nivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So please keep your cell phone in vibrate mode. Let us concentrate because I'm planning to complete all the 10 offenses. At the same time, I want to check for myself and also for others to see how much we can remember from our past sessions. How many sessions we had? About this? 4 sessions, right? So we completed 4 offenses. Did we? Or 3?
4.
So it'll be a quiz time now.
Now 7 more.
7 more. So we just did 3. So we'll try to complete all 7 in this class. We'll see how we can complete. But at least if you get back to our previous sessions, do you remember any of those 3 offenses, what we discussed? Anyone want to do a quick synopsis of the 3 offenses? Previous class.
Time to go.
Yes, Praji. What is the first one? Let's go in a sequence.
Blaspheme the devotees.
Very good. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life in propagating the holy name of the Lord. So here we are talking about Vaishnavas, So we deeply discussed what is a Vaishnava, who is a Vaishnava, what is a Vaishnava offense, and how important it is not to commit any offenses towards Vaishnavas. Right? We discussed that. And what is the second one?
Consider the names
Yes.
of demigods like Lord Shiva and Brahma
Very nice.
to be equal to or independent of Lord Krishna.
Yes, wonderful. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. So initially we established who is Lord Vishnu, and he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nobody can be equal to him or nobody can be above him. He is called, in Sanskrit there is a word, which defines nobody is equal to him, nobody is above him. What is that word? Asamurdva. Right, Asamurdva. So Krishna is called Asamurdva. And then how Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, they are devotees of Lord Krishna, but they are not equal in names. Right, Krishna and Krishna's names are non-different. At the same time, Brahma and Brahma names are different actually. They are not equal, so they cannot be equal. So we established that. And what is the third one? Guru Avagya. Guru Avagya means disobey the orders of spiritual master. Right? So many of us we can say that we don't have a spiritual master. Can we still disobey somebody who is guiding us in the right path? No. So Guru can be in any form actually. Okay, who can inspire you in spiritual path. He is also considered as a Guru. And specifically those who have got initiated. So they have a spiritual master. If you don't have, then you can consider for now Srila Prabhupada as your Guru. So Srila Prabhupada has instructed in umpteen number of books, so many books. He has written 70 plus books. So in all of those books there are plenty of instructions for us. Okay, so if you read those books, then Srila Prabhupada is our spiritual master. So you can still follow that. Guru is not a fashion. Okay, so if Guru instructs you to do something, then we have to do. We cannot use our intelligence. We can use our intelligence and ask question in a submissive way, right? Not in a challenging way. So we cannot do that. That is a great offense. Okay, so Guru is very important. Guru is, we also discussed what is the significance or the importance or the name, Guru. Guru means Gu Shabdasto Andakara or Ru Shabdasto Nirodhaka. Andakara is what? We are this body. That is our basic Andakara, right? We all think we are this body, right? Body will perish one day, right? In South India there are 12 alvars. You know these 12 alvars? They are very mystical. right? Mystical alvars. One of them is Kulashekar alvar. Kulashekar alvar clearly says, this body will diminish. We all have this concept, right? I am this body, right? So this body will someday perish. Then we cannot say, after perishing, we cannot say, this is my body. It's gone. So Kulashekar alvar says, you can repeat after me. Idam shariram parinama peshalam padati avashyam shata sandhi jarjaram kim aushadam prichasi mooda durmate niramayam krishna rasayanam piba. Piba means drink. What is he saying? Idam shariram, this is a body, right? Idam shariram parinama peshalam. Okay, in infant our body was very strong, very soft. So then become peshalam. Peshalam changes, right? As we grow old. Parinama peshalam. Padati avashyam. It's going to fall down one day, dwindle, right? And as we grow old, it's going to fall. Some people not even growing old, their body dwindles because of diseases, right? So padati avashyam. Shata sandhi jarjaram. We have hundreds of joints. Do we get all these joint pains? Who has joint pains? Everyone. So shata sandhi jarjaram. It will, jarjaram means what? Shake. Okay, all these will become shaky, very
It means to lose.
painful, loose. Shata sandhi jarjaram. So what we do, we'll go to a medical shop, so we'll find out in the internet, which is 24-hour CVS pharmacy. You never know what time we'll get this pain. So we'll be waiting. So we'll go to medical stores. So he says, Shata sandhi jarjaram, kim aushadam pichasi. Why are you taking this, standing in the line for pharmacy, CVS, Rite Aid? Why are you standing there and getting this medicine? Kim aushadam pichasi, mooda durmate, you fool. You fool, why are you going to medical shop? Kim aushadam pichasi mooda durmate. Niramayam instead. Krishna rasayanam piba. He says, drink nectar of names of Lord Krishna. He will protect you. Because in this body anyways it's going to die one day. Right? So why are you standing in the queue and CVS pharmacy, getting medicine, eating medicine, full chemicals, body full of chemicals. So instead, drink. Why he is emphasizing is Krishna Rasayanam Piba. Name of Krishna is so much rasa in that, so much nectar, that name. So take the names of the Lord. Krishna Rasayanam Piba. So that is the importance of name. So we established the importance of name in this Kali Yuga, right? And then Krishna's and Krishna's names are non-different. So if you take the names of Krishna, you are taking actually Krishna himself. So then how to chant that? Chant the names. That is where we are now. Chanting the names without any offenses. Okay. So first 3 offenses we said. If we chant with the offenses, what we'll get? Effects. We also saw that. Right? And there are various ways to offend a Vaishnava. What are the various ways to offend a Vaishnava? Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. Okay. So you can kill a Vaishnava. Physically, Hanti, Nindanti, what is that? Yes. Then, come on, Mataji. Okay, so that means you are not implementing. Right? Anyone? Quick. We have to get to our new stuff.
Not getting happy when you see Vaishnava.
Yes, when you see a Vaishnava, one should be happy.
One should be happy.
Okay, so we have to make sure we follow that. Not just say, okay, once you see this tilak, kantimala, whether it internally is whatever, we don't know. We cannot judge, we cannot be judgmental. But at least to see the outlook, the Vaishnava, you have to be very happy. Then we should not become angry, being Vaishnava. Then, yes.
You have to greet.
We cannot be envious of a devotee. And then we should offer obeisances, always, the Vaishnava. So we should not criticize a Vaishnava. So these are the Vaishnava Aparadhs we did for the first offense, very first offense. And this comes, we can eradicate all these propensities of doing offenses by a pure Vaishnava association. Vaishnava association is very, very important. Okay. Sadhu Sangha, even Shastra says, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhyo. Lava means what?
Very little.
What very little? Be specific. Lava.
Just now, like this, very one moment.
Not one moment. Lava means 1/11th of a second. Okay, not even 1 second, 1/11th of a second. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha. Sarva Siddhyo, you get all siddhis. Okay, so Sadhu Sangha is very, very important. That is why whenever and wherever there is a discussion of Lord Krishna, one has to be very attentive. It is not a pious activity. Okay, to attend, I've seen many satsangs, people attend, but they go as far as possible from the speaker to sit. They don't want to come and sit in front row, because either they'll be questioned or they have to be attentive. Right? No, sit as far as possible. No, one has to be very attentive, sit in the front as close to the speaker and hear very attentively. Okay. Because ultimately we have to implement it. Why do we have to implement it? Because we can chant nicely. Why do we want to chant nicely? Because we can attain love of God. That is our final objective. Otherwise, sitting here, spending 3 hours and doing a pious activity, no, it is not useful. So we have to implement it. Gnana and Vijnana. Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna. Gnana, Vijnana. Gnana is only knowledge, acquiring knowledge. Vijnana means implementing that acquiring knowledge and getting realizations. When you get realization, that won't go away. Gnana will go away. Okay, if you don't repeat it, you will forget. 84% of your knowledge will be gone if you don't remember per day. That is a scientific study. So that is Gnana and Vijnana. Once you implement it, you'll get a lot of realizations. Then it won't go. So that is where we have to get to. Okay, Bhagavad Gita says. So all this will come if you develop an association with a pure Vaishnava, who is very Krishna conscious, who talks all about Krishna, nothing else. Machitta, Madgata, Pranaya, Bodhayantas Parasparam. So we have to, do Bodhane, Parasparam amongst ourselves. Right? So then the third offense is the Guru Avikya. So Guru is very, very important. So those who have specifically, those are initiated here, they have to be very serious and they have to set an example for all those others who are naive or who are new to this Krishna consciousness. Outlook also they have to set up an example. Internally also they have to set up an example. So I recommend all those initiated people here, they wear nice dhoti kurta. Okay. They have tilak. So they have to set example, because we are following Srila Prabhupada's parampara. We should not at any cost get bad name to Srila Prabhupada. That's all. If we have spiritual master, we should not get any bad name to our spiritual master. If we don't have spiritual master, we are following Srila Prabhupada's instructions, we should not get any bad name to him. We have to make sure that. Okay, so then the fourth offense we are going to discuss today is to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance with the Vedic version. So that means any scripture related to. So we say normally that, okay, we are in this Kali Yuga in 21st century, it's a AI age, AI Yuga, right? Artificial intelligence Yuga. So we don't believe these scriptures. Scriptures doesn't hold good nowadays. It might be in the previous, maybe in 1500, 1600 when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, it might have been some relevance at that point of time, but now it is not. Everything is AI. Scripture don't help. Do that really help in getting us a job? IT job? No? Then why do we need scriptures? We don't need scriptures, right? That is not going to fetch us money. That's not going to fetch us any happiness, right? So that's what we think. That's very unfortunate, actually. Very unfortunate. Scriptures was working before, scriptures is working now, scriptures will be working in the future. Doesn't matter what yuga it is. The Kali Yuga, Dvapara, Treta, Satya, doesn't matter. These Vedas is Apaurushaya. It is not written by a person. These Vedic scriptures, they are written by whom? Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is a literary incarnation of Lord Krishna. He wrote all this, right? He compiled all these things. So it is Apaurishaya. He is not a person. He is Lord Krishna himself. So this is very relevant before, now and after. So when we give less importance to these scriptures, saying that these scriptures are irrelevant now, because I am with ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give me all solution. So why this Vedic scripture? Why you want Padma Purana? Why you want Garuda Purana? Why you want Bhagavad Purana, Bhagavad Gita? Nothing will work out now. If you say that, that is the great offense. Okay, that is one of the great offenses. We cannot. It is that when we didn't understand the scripture. When we don't understand the scripture, we give all these excuses. Right? If you have a particular person who can make you understand these scriptures and teach you how relevant is that in your life today, okay, in the age of computers, how relevant is that, then you will definitely give much importance. Any Purana you take, right? Garuda Purana, for example, it speaks, there are 3 divisions in Garuda Purana. One of the division is Preta Kanda. Okay, Preta Kanda is what happens after you die. Is that relevant to you? Is that relevant to you?
Yes.
Well, who cares? Who cares, man?
What happens to the body?
Who cares? I don't care. No.
Goes back to the nature.
Yeah, see? So, Garuda Purana is not important, because who cares after I die? My body is here, I leave. No, that is very much important. Very much important. Because after you leave, all these practices, what we are doing now, all these practices, why are we doing all these practices? Because we have to have a safe travel to Goloka, safe travel and reach Krishna, right? So that means this body is not the end. After this body goes away, we'll take another body. That is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, right? What you think at the time of death, you'll get another body. That is confirmed by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So that means we have to struggle hard in such a way that we get a better body or no body. Right? All these practices what we are doing. And that is all defined in Garuda Purana. In Bhagavad Purana also it is defined, but more specifically, it is in Garuda Purana, Preta Kanda. So that means we cannot say that, okay, it is not relevant. Some old scripture, why is it relevant? No, it is relevant. It will teach you not how to live. It will teach you how to live. You understood what I say?
Yes.
Not live, live. After you die, how you can go, where you can go. Right? It's very elaborate. So all these Puranas, Vedic scriptures are very relevant. If you give less significance to these Vedic scriptures, what is it? Okay, so if you give less significance or demean these Vedic scriptures which has been compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, then that is a great offense. That is what it is. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. This is 4th. Shruti Shastra Nindanam. Shruti Shastra Nindanam. And then 5. What is the 5th one? To consider, please repeat, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Okay, so this is another one. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we know, we try to establish how important it is. But if you imagine, this is some kind of mantra which gives me peace, which gives me concentration. If you think like that, if you imagine those to be the end results of chanting Mahamantra, then that is a great offense. Chanting Mahamantra is not to get peace, is not to get happiness, not to get concentration. That is not the objective of chanting Mahamantra. Chanting of Mahamantra is to establish the relation between you and Krishna, to get love of Krishna. This peace, concentration, happiness, these are all the byproducts of chanting Mahamantra. These are there, but those are not the ultimate objective. Ultimate objective is to... So once Srila Prabhupada's disciple, he goes to Srila Prabhupada and says, Srila Prabhupada, for the past 12 years, I have been chanting Mahamantra. What am I getting? Srila Prabhupada, you know what Srila Prabhupada said? You'll do more chanting. You will get interest in doing more chanting. So the more you chant, you'll get more interest in chanting. Okay, so ultimately our objective is only chanting. Chanting is the basis of our spiritual advancement. 99% of our spiritual growth is based on our chanting. I'm not talking about the kirtans. Kirtans is still there. But the individual chanting, right, which we do, sitting at one place for 2 hours, that time is very, 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 very important. Okay. Unfortunately, all our days planning, months planning, weeks planning will happen in the chanting time. Correct? While chanting, okay, what should I do at 10 o'clock? Right? So mind is so much bewildered. It goes here and there. It's an easy journey to other planets while chanting. Right? We can travel to India easily. Within a second, go to India, talk to my mom and come back in chanting. So, no, that is not it. No, it should be attentive chanting. Okay, how we can achieve that? If we don't do any of these offenses, then we can chant properly. It is vice versa also. If we chant properly, we won't do any offenses. You understood? So that is why we cannot consider this chanting of Maha Mantra an imagination. Some mantra, right? While in Srila Prabhupada's times, at the same time, some other saint had come, right, in the area where Srila Prabhupada was preaching. And somebody said, Prabhupada is taking $100 for giving mantra. To give some mantra to his disciples, he is charging $100. Is that mantra? No. It is freely available. Krishna mantra, Maha mantra given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is freely available everywhere to anyone. No charge, free of cost. Right? So if you said all these things, like now if you weigh Maha mantra to get peace, happiness, only peace, happiness, concentration, then these are all offenses. Okay? Maha mantra is to establish our lost connection with Krishna. For this Kali Yuga, this is the prescribed mantra. Okay, the next, the other offense is to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Some interpretation. Right? Srila Prabhupada very clearly mentioned what is Maha Mantra. What is the meaning of Maha Mantra? Hare Krishna. What is Hare? Radharani. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. So we are praying to Radha and Krishna to engage us in their service. Okay, so that is why we have to engage in service of Lord Krishna and Radha, so that all our senses are engaged, not just eyes, ears, nose, tongue, hands, legs. No, all our senses should be engaged. When we engage all our senses, first and foremost reaction when we engage our senses in the service of the Lord is our ego diminishes. Then finally we'll get to a stage where we say we are not this body. So andhakara, we have this andhakara, we are this body. So to get away with that, because we have deep ego in us, And to get rid of this ego, we have to engage all our senses, not just one. I have seen some devotees, Prabhu, we have a big program, please come. Or we have a big program in the temple, please come and participate. So they'll say, Prabhu, I don't have time. I have my business to take care. I don't have time. I'll give you $100, please. I'll take care of all the expenses of the festival. So give $1,000, period. Done. That is my devotion. No, that is part of it. That's all. Because you are engaging only your artha here. Artha means what? Money. That's all. But you are not engaging your senses. You are still in your earning money, business, dealing with people, so many lies from morning to evening, all lies. Business means lies, right?
Yes, too much attachment.
Too much. So, that may help you. You might become a pious person, a karma khandi. You might get some pious credits. But because you are not engaging all your senses, you are not engaging your hand, eyes, nose, ears, you are not engaging. Then there won't be any benefit. So here we are talking about to engage all this. This Maha Mantra means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord. Who did that? Who is a prime example? Srila Prabhupada also did that. Ambrish Maharaj. Ambrish Maharaj, he used hand for cleaning the temple, used legs to go to temple, used eyes, used nose to smell the flower offered to the Lord. He used ears to hear about Lord Krishna. Ambrish Maharaj is a prime example for that. Engaging all our senses. Atma Nivedan. Right? So, that is a wrong interpretation to assuming that, this is just a plain mantra, nothing, no effect. So, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. And what is the next one? To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. This is another thing. So, to commit sinful activities. Sinful activities is not, so for example, devotee is chanting for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, he's been chanting. Then finally he say, I have chanted enough. Okay. So even if I commit sinful activities, knowingly or unknowingly, I feel that since I have chanted so many years, this committing sin does not affect anything because it will be nullified. You always say, right, Maha Mantra is so powerful, it can nullify all your sinful reactions. So let me commit sinful activities. No. So knowingly if you do, you'll get double the karma what you do unknowingly. Right? So we cannot commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name, thinking that the holy name will help me. Even though if I commit sinful activities, because I am chanting, that will help me. No, it won't. It is like traffic rules, right? If you go and you break the traffic rules and police catches you, if police catches you, then you cannot say, no police, I didn't know this rule. No, it is our duty to know the rule and get into the road. We cannot be ignorant. We cannot say I didn't know. Right? Similarly, those people who don't know the reaction of the sinful activities, they will still get karma, bad karma, but not much as those people who knows that breaking this is a sinful activity, they'll get more karma because knowingly they do, and Krishna won't excuse that. Knowingly you cannot do. So to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name, like you're chanting. Some call comes, you get a call from somebody, so you pick up, right? I've seen some people, they pick up the phone, still they're chanting Hare Krishna, hello, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, hello, Hare. So they're talking and they're chanting. Even in preaching, I've seen many people sit at the corner and they still chant and hear to the lecture. Can you do that? You cannot do that. Seeing TV, chanting. I've seen those examples actually. Driving also, chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, you can't do that. So, no, those are all offenses. That chanting cannot neutralize the sinful activities what you are committing. Okay, so on the strength of the chanting, you cannot commit sinful activities. That is to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. That is number 7. So number 8, to consider chanting of Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. Okay, which is karma kanda. We are all karma kandis, right? So, as a karma kanda, that means we cannot chant for getting some benefit, right? So, I want to buy a car. Let me chant. Instead of 16, I'll chant 32. I want to buy a car. Can that happen? No. So, chanting Mahamantra and just like a ritual, we all follow many rituals, right? There is no meaning for following rituals actually. If you go and ask those people who are following rituals, they won't know why they are following. Why are you following? Because my parents were following. They asked me to do. That's all. They won't have any answer for that. Right? So it is not, this Mahamantra is not like that. It is not any ordinary ritualistic activity too. Mahamantra is so powerful that Srila Prabhupada says even chanting one time will liberate you. Can you imagine how powerful it is? One time. So that means we are chanting for so many years, right? We should have got liberated by now. Correct? Yes, if we don't do all these offenses. Disclaimer is that star, in the red star, there will be at the bottom, disclaimer, with no offenses. Right? So, we cannot consider Mahamantra as an ordinary ritualistic activity. The 9th, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. So please repeat this, is very important. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of holy name. So do you understand this? So that means we cannot preach. We cannot preach to anyone because nobody has faith to start with, right? If you go for book distribution specifically, that you meet so many people who don't have any faith, not only in Bhagavad Gita, any of the scriptures. So how do you preach? So are you allowed to preach? According to this, are you allowed to preach? Because he is a faithless person. If you go and tell the glories of holy name or glories of Krishna, then that is the biggest offense. So what do you say about this? Brajesh Govind Prabhu.
Yeah, I always talk to like this. Just glories of Srila Prabhupada, especially. He's very like saint person. I'm just specifically like I'm just introduce the Srila Prabhupada. Might be the first time, not whatever you say. Faithless, yeah, I don't know. He knows about the Krishna. That's why.
So we have to be very careful in understanding this, okay, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. So that doesn't mean that we are not supposed to preach, okay. So when we preach or when we express whatever the Vedic scriptures, when we want to share with, you will know the opposite person how the reaction is, right? If the opposite person ends up in a mood of challenging, and he does not have any faith, because he does not have any faith, he ends up in a challenging mood, then still you cannot go and go and preach to him. Just give up and then move on with a different person. Okay? So this is very, very important. Okay? Because we end up meeting these many people, right? When you go and preach. So once what happened when I was doing book distribution, so I was telling about the glories of Bhagavad Gita. And one thing he said, that person, no, I don't want to keep Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is full of problems. Why do you say this? Krishna, he created problems between brothers. No, they were happy. He created problems and he says, Arjuna, be violent. Hey, go and kill. What kind of God he is? God is telling go and kill, right? That's what he instructed Arjuna, right? And then kill all of them. Arjuna says, Karishye vachanam tava. Whatever you say, Krishna, I will do. Nasto moha sprutir labda. I got all my illusions diminished. Nasto moha sprutir labda. I got my memory back, Krishna. Karishye vachanam tava. Whatever you say, I will kill grandfather. I'll kill. So Krishna is provoking Arjuna to kill everyone. What kind of God he is? That's what he said. The person opposite when I was preaching. No, I don't want to kill. This book is full of fightings. Bhagavad Gita. And Mahabharata also is said. So those people, they don't have faith. If you still go on preaching, you'll just waste time. So you have to be intelligent enough to see how the reaction of the opposite person is. And then end up spending time with them. So this is to instruct a faithless person about the glory of the holy name. Otherwise it will become offense, 9th offense. And the 10th offense, again it's very important, 10th offense. To not have complete faith in the chanting of holy name. And to maintain materialistic attachment even after hearing so many instructions on this matter. See? So in the whole scriptures, take it whatever, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, every page it says how to get detached from this world. Right? How to not, Srila Prabhupada says, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Okay? You should not have any Abhilasha, any desire other than attaining Krishna. Are we there? No. So as soon as we get up early in the morning, we think about our work. Correct? Because if we don't work, we don't get money. If we don't get money, we can't maintain family. Right? So we have so many desires coming all the way in our way. Right? Then how can we be not getting attached to those things? We are so attached. Because even after having so much knowledge, we have so much knowledge, right? Most of us are chanting for the past 15-20 years here. We have so much knowledge saying that all these things is temporary. Then why do we get bewildered? Say, practical example is when we don't have job. Say we lose job now. Right? Why do we get bewildered? When we meet with an accident, small accident, why do we get bewildered, Makarand Prabhu? Because we know these are temporary. Right? Still having so much knowledge, we still get bewildered because we are attached to this. And that is an offense. That is the 10th offense. To not have complete faith in chanting of the holy name. The holy name will give solution for all these problems, and that we don't have faith. If we have faith, whatever happens in our life, to any extent means we lose our properties, we lose our job, we lose our closed ones, dear ones, doesn't matter. Still we won't stop Krishna consciousness. Arjuna, after speaking how many 501 slokas, Krishna spoke around 500 something slokas in Bhagavad Gita, right? After speaking Bhagavad Gita for 1 hour 30 minutes or 45 minutes, there are two versions, 45 minutes, and Arjuna said, I understood everything at the end, right? But when Abhimanyu was brutally murdered in the war, Arjuna started lamenting, crying. Then Krishna was saying, I told Bhagavad Gita not to lament. Asochan anusocha swam prajnavadam chabasase katasunata katasumsta nanusochanti panditaha. You are lamenting over the dead. You cannot lament over the dead or alive. He says in Bhagavad Gita. Then Krishna is thinking, I spoke so much. Arjuna said he understood everything. But now he sees Abhimanyu died and he's crying there, lamenting. Oh, my son died. Right? Krishna is wondering why. No, but we cannot be hard-hearted also at the same time. We are emotional beings. At the same time, Arjuna didn't stop fighting the war, and Krishna wanted that. Right? That means even though we go through so many turbulences in our life, our Krishna consciousness should never stop for whatsoever reason. That is what the meaning of this. Arjuna didn't stop fighting for him. Arjuna fought for Krishna because Krishna said fight. Even though Abhimanyu died, he lamented because we are emotional beings. After that, he still started fighting war. Right? Ma manuspara yuddhacha, thinking about me, fight. Krishna says. Arjuna fought. So he is a perfect disciple of Lord Krishna. And that is what we have to understand. Even though we are attached in this material world, all those turbulences we go through, still we should not stop our Krishna consciousness. I've seen many people, when their family life is not going through fine, they stop chanting. Do you agree with me? Yes. Many things. Per day, you are supposed to chant initiative devotees 16 rounds. Whatever happens in our life, do we follow that? Right? Yes. That is what it is. And maintain materialistic attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. We went through all those examples how to be inattentive. It is how it is. All these 10 offenses are caused because of this. This is the root cause for all those 10 offenses. What is that? Inattentive while chanting. While chanting, you talk. While chanting, you are on the phone. You are looking in the phone but chanting. Right? So it's very, very dangerous. Chanting means it is your time with Krishna. Nobody should come in between. Right? Nobody should come in between. Husband, wife, kids, nobody. Chanting is your independent time with Krishna, 2 hours. If we spend that with attentive chanting, believe me, trust me, based on these instructions, injunctions with the scriptures, you are going to be liberated in this life. Srila Prabhupada says, that is what he meant. When you chant even one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you are liberated. Okay? If you don't do all these offenses. So these are the 10 offenses. We have to be very, very careful. And also the small instructions at the end. This is in Padma Purana. Okay? A Brahmakanda section. We have all these things. Okay? 10 offenses. It's in Sanskrit also. If you want to learn Sanskrit, it is very good. So at the end, there will be instructions they give. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. What is that desired success? Krishna Prema. So if you want that Krishna Prema, we have to not do any of these offenses, 10 offenses. Okay? And that comes to start with, that comes with the practices we already do. We are already doing many practices, but at the same time, we have to give up asat sangha, give up association of non-devotees, and involve more in satsanga. That means association of pure devotees. That will fetch you a lot. Okay, then you can chant properly. So that's all. I completed at least 10 offenses. It was going on for almost 5 sessions, 6 sessions. Was it useful?
Yes.
Useful in learning or useful in implementing? We have to implement it. Believe me, otherwise, after 20 years, we are going to meet here. Same way. Okay? Then also will be, Prabhuji, I am chanting since 40 years. I am still not getting taste, Prabhu. Why? That is where we end up. No. We have to introspect ourselves. What I was last year, what I am now, am I better? Am I better in exhibiting the Vaishnava qualities, Vaishnava characteristics? Am I better? If I am not, then I am doing something wrong. What is that wrong? That means I am offending. I am committing offenses. One of these offenses, I am not chanting properly. Right? Every day there should be improvement. As I said in one of our classes, that there are 3 graphs in our spiritual, if you consider spiritual graph, this is a time. Okay? This is our spirituality, progress. There's one like this. As you go with the time, your spiritual advancement will be like this. It goes increasing, increasing, increasing. And there is one which is stagnant. As the time goes, whether it's 20th year of your devotional service or 50th year of devotional service or 80th year of devotion, it is the same. Prabhu, same thing, Prabhu. What did you do? Same thing, Prabhu. Chanting, eating, that's all. No difference. I don't feel any difference. That is stagnant. That is very dangerous. There is no stagnant line in spirituality. And then one which is, as time goes on, the graph comes like this, diminishing. Prabhu, I was chanting 16 rounds in 2025, 14 rounds, 13, 12, 10, 1, 0. Gone. He's gone. No. Our line should be, it should grow like this. Okay, not even boo, boo. Unfortunately, we will have the sinusoidal wave. Right? In our spiritual life, it is like this. Am I correct? One time it will be very high. During festivals it will be very high. And then when we fight with our spouses, boom. Then up. When we are happy together, up, down. This is sinusoidal, our graph, spiritual path. No, it should be constantly improving, like this. Not stagnant, not coming down. Okay, so we have to be very careful. 2 things we have to make very, very, very sure. First thing is association of a pure devotee. Okay. Second thing is getting knowledge, scriptural knowledge. Okay. If you acquire more and more knowledge by reading Srila Prabhupada's books, okay, he has shed his blood to write these books, more than 70 volumes of books. Okay, so please read Srila Prabhupada's books. So once we read, then try to implement. Gnana, Vijnana. Try to implement it. Even though it is difficult. Krishna says at the beginning, it will be very difficult, like a poison. But end result, at the end, it is a nectar. He says in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So even though it is difficult for us to follow, to start with, you still, because you are in association with those people who strive for spiritual advancement, you are in association with them, take their help, then you also strive for spiritual growth. Okay, then there will be peace, happiness, concentration, all these are byproducts. At the same time, you will establish relationship with, the lost relationship with Krishna, you will establish. That is the ultimate thing. Okay, thank you very much. Very good. So if you want to share any reflection or if you have any complaints, concerns, questions, please. Online devotees.
Thank you, Muktasanga, for your... Thank you, Prabhu, for your wonderful class. But is my understanding is whatever we have the discourse in this our satsanga fast and until today, I think this is the more powerful discourse because all the scriptures says like Hare Namaiva 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 Kevalam Kalu Nastivo 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 Bhaktivedanta. This meaning, like this is the actual sloka is that we have to follow. I know this we have to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chandra, it's okay. But this is the first thing we have to implement in our life. I'm not sure of the others, but I understand myself. It's really not exactly we are executing all the correct things. That's why we have to correction our everything now, and then starting might be increasing all the things. Thank you, Prabhu. Nice
Thank you,
clarification.
Prabhu. Anyone else wants to share?
Prabhu, another one I want to just share, I forget this. You are talking about the first time, the CBS pharmacy. Yes, when we have some anything disease, we going to the doctor and pharmacy. But I read the Bhagavatam Purana, it's very nicely Prabhupada explained in the purport. He says, yeah, you can, your body also you have to maintain nicely because of you are belongs to your everything service from Krishna. But you have to maintain your body, but complete faith with Krishna. When you taking the medicine, you just chant Sri Vishnu 3 times and taking medicine. This meaning what? This meaning is you are not taking only medicine, you're taking the Krishna's name, the nectar of this inside the medicine. Then you will be very pure and while everything.
Very nice.
Thank you,
Prabhu. Thank you.
It's a very nice session, Prabhuji. If someone saying that Krishna started Mahabharata and is like whatever saying, maybe we can tell them, think about, Kalki Avatar. It will be in extreme Kali Yuga.
Yes.
What's going to happen and what he has to do. It's depend on when he's born, Vishnu Bhagwan, and what he has to do. If it's going, future, it will be more violent and more extreme action they have to take it, and that Swarupa will be more bigger because the way he has to do everything. So that's my saying. And the other thing, like we should not chant while driving or walking, but what's about if we chanting, at least our mind is focused on chanting, and it's not diverted or thinking anything else. So it's stopping where doing some other thing. That would be, in that sense, it might be a little better than not chanting at all while doing other.
No, but when you chant, basically when you do some other activity, you don't do concentrative chanting,
Yeah,
attentive chanting. So that is a problem. When you don't do attentive chanting, it is an offense. Because you're taking that, one of the offenses is, right, chanting the holy name on the strength of the holy name, So you're chanting, but you're doing some other activity. That means you're taking chanting very cheaply. That means chanting is nothing but Krishna. That means you're taking Krishna very cheaply. So when you chant, it is just you and Krishna, nothing else. Nothing else. You and Krishna. No other activity, no other person, material, nothing. That is a perfect chanting. Thank you, bro.
At one point you mentioned.
Ashok, bro.
At one point you mentioned. At one point you mentioned that to get out of this body, like you should at the time of death you should think of to get a better body or no body. So what is that better body other than the human life?
Better body in the celestial areas. That means,
Lokas above.
yeah. So there are 14 planetary systems, right? You know those 14 planetary systems? Okay. So this universe comprises of these 14 planetary systems, right? So we have Earth here. Then hellish planets, Atala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. So these are hellish planets. Then Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satya. These are heavenly planets, right? The upper. So the whole thing comprises of 14 planetary system. So when we do pious activities here, based on our pious activities, after we die, there will be a judgmental made at Yamaraj place. Okay, so then you will be put into a different locus based on. So better than us is demigods, right? Demigods, they are better than us because there, if you go to heavenly planets, say for example, you went to a heavenly planet, where it is only enjoyment. So whatever pious credit you have acquired here, you are going to spend there. So there is only enjoyment. Okay, you don't have to go to mainframes there. So nothing. Only eating merry-go-round, that's it. Where you enjoy and you spend your credits. So that is a better body.
And then you come back again.
Yeah.
Once that is finished, you come back.
Shine punya marta loka vishanti. Then once you finish all this credit, you come back again into this material. So that is a better body.
Finish in heaven.
Okay. So then better life above that. Okay. Likewise, the traverse, you go transmigration. That is called transmigration. So transmigrate from Earth, then to the heavenly planets, then to, like, based on how you follow your spiritual path, then you can skip all this and also go directly to Vaikuntha. That is what the assurance of Mahamantra. Assurance of Mahamantra is, if you see that Goloka chart, you all have Goloka chart, right? So this 14 planetary systems is very well depicted, right? Stage by stage, stage by stage. At the same time, not behind, in grey color, okay? There is Maha Mantra written like this. It goes like this: boom, 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 direct Goloka. So if you chant Maha Mantra, you can skip all those planets.
Okay.
You can skip all those planets, directly go to Goloka. That is our ultimate objective. Okay, if you don't have Goloka chart, ask me, I will give you. Please put that in your home. I have it. I have many charts. I bought from India. Okay. So in that it is very clearly mentioned. So chanting bypasses all those blah 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 planet. Directly you can go. So you don't need better body. See, now the body is what, 80 years, 90 years. Then you get all these diseases and you die, right? So in the different lokas, the body span time is more. So you'll enjoy more or you'll suffer more. So they are better bodies. Like here in this world itself, the body of an ant, it'll be thinking, wow, what a human body, big body. Ant will be thinking. Right? So better than ant's body is human body. Not by size, but by consciousness. Not by size. Because we have different consciousness. Right? In 84 lakh species, Chatur Lakshani Manava. There are 4 lakh species of human beings. Why there are 4 lakhs? Male and female only 2. What else you can think of human body? Male and female, right? No. There are 4 lakh species of human species. Because that is consciousness. So the higher, better body you take, you'll have better consciousness. Okay, so that facilitates you to easily go back to Krishna. Better consciousness, better body. So we don't want that, because either even in those bodies, once you finish your credit, you'll have to come back. We don't want that body. We don't want anybody. Nobody. No body. We don't want that. Right? A body means we have always this problem. Janma mrityu jara vyadi. Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. So we don't want anybody. We have to make sure that this life is our last. Can you make sure, Makarand? What? Why not? Are scriptures are guaranteeing you? What is your problem? Huh? They are giving you very clear instructions. If you do this, you won't have any other body. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if you do this, no body. You will come to me.
But still, why we don't do?
We don't do because we don't follow Krishna. Why we don't follow Krishna? We have more faith on ourselves. We have more faith on our intelligence. The problem is that we have more faith. In some problem comes, I will tackle myself. I know how to tackle. We have our intelligence. We think like that. No, we cannot tackle anything. We cannot tackle anything. Any problem comes. Even if you want to tackle, it is not by yourself. Suppose I have hand problem. I cannot lift hand. Right? So then I'll put some medicine, then I can lift hand. Right? No. This hand is controlled by one of the demigods. If that demigod says, whatever medicine you feed into this hand, I won't get up. Then you can't do anything. So you yourself can't do anything. Not in, that is what they mentioned. Not even a blade of grass will move without the permission, sanction of the Lord. Not even blade of grass. We can think I'm seeing. In seeing also there is a demigod. In hearing there is a demigod. Nose there is a demigod for smell, for breathing. Talking there is a demigod. The whole body is controlled by demigods. Not you. Not we, no. We
There are
can.
mantras when you play.
Huh?
There are mantras when you chant or hear.
Everything.
Play.
So we are not the controllers of anything. If you think you are the controller, you use your intelligence. Can you stop growing? Can you stop growing? You were kid, right? No job, nothing, always happy. Can you stop there? No, you grow. That means you cannot control your own body. Here we start controlling our spouses. Unfortunately, we can't control our own body.
You can blame the demigods.
Yeah, so that is why we don't want any body. That is objective of our chanting. Okay, Ashok Prabhu. It's not that we'll get a better body. We don't want that. Durlabha, Manusha Janma. Okay. Bhaje Hure Mana, Srinandanandana, Abhaya Charanara Durlabha Manava Janam Satsange Tarahuye Bhava Sindure Bhajahure Mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Durlabha Manava Manusha Janma Tarahu Ye Bhava Sindure. From this, use this human body to traverse Ye Bhava, this Bhavasagara, travel out of his Bhavasagara, use his body. That's all. Okay? Thank you. Anything else, bro? Let's stop here. Okay. Online.
Online devotees, any reflections, any questions? Please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Mukta Sangha Prabhu, please
Wow.
accept. All glory to Srila Prabhupada, Sri Guru and Gauranga. Prabhu, very nice class. I learned something and I also want that chart.
Okay, Mataji. It'll come with a price.
Get to chat. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Mataji. Yeah.
Prabhu.
Anybody who wants chart, please let me know. I will give you. That's a very good chart. You'll see the entire universe. Entire Bhagavatam is there in that chart.
Any compact chat? Prabhu?
A compact nahi, bada hai. Everything, you can't want everything compact.
Prabhu, if you can give the one class for the only chart.
Yeah.
Actually, some things even we didn't follow. I know Bhagavatam we could relate, but there's still some questions.
Okay, so we'll discuss that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Enjoyed the class. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else online before we shut out?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Nice class. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Who is this person? Oh, Parima Mataji, okay.
Hare Krishna
You are speaking
Prabhu.
to all, Mataji?
Sohini.
Subhadra Gopi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Subhadra.
Please accept
Yeah.
my humble wishes, all Krishna Prabhupada. Very good lecture, Prabhu. Very nice. Just I want to add one thing. Like the chanting people were talking about while driving and all. What Srila Prabhupada has said, the prescribed amount of chanting that Srila Prabhupada has given us 16. Or a devotee, by themselves, they say, okay, I'll chant 32 rounds. Those rounds we should be doing because that's between us and Krishna, right? Without any offense, we'll be chanting. Other than that, if you have finished your chanting and you are chanting 24 hours, that you can do while you are driving, you are doing whatever you should be chanting, because Srila Prabhupada said once you are taking Krishna's name, he is with you, he is walking with you. So kind of that we cannot say it's offense, because that is like extra that we are doing 24 hours. They're like, if somebody is driving, somebody is doing some dishes, cooking, he is saying that constantly chant. Your lips, your tongue should be only vibrating in Krishna's chanting, but the prescribed amount of chanting that is given has to be done offenselessly.
Yeah, Mataji, I would share one thing which related to that. That I heard one of the cases that when a devotee was driving, he finished his prescribed rounds, that is okay, but when he was driving, he was still chanting, and that chanting ended up him in an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah,
Because
but you should.
he was more concentrating on the chanting, so he was not concentrating on driving, and that ended up him in an accident.
Yeah, so chanting like his Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj and Bir Krishna Maharaj, I confirm from them that you should not be chanting with your beats, like with your beat bag. That gets like into an accident. But if you are chanting in your tongue, just chanting in lips or like whatever, you are not counting, because Jayapataka Maharaj, he himself said that he was saved from a big accident when he was a brahmachari, and the van itself rolled couple of times. But he was chanting the Mahamantra just in lips, like Hare Krishna chanting. He said he was saved. So kind of, yeah, what you are saying is Bir Krishna Maharaj said, never chant behind the wheel with your chanting beat bag.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I meant actually.
Yeah, that should
So
not
he
be
was
done.
in one hand he was chanting, the other hand he was driving.
Yeah,
He met
exactly.
with an accident because of that.
Yeah, that you can like whatever you do. One hand, if you hold your phone, talk to people and do that, accident will happen. So chanting like that is not recommended.
Yes.
But it is like prescribed chanting should be done offenselessly. But then other than that, Srila Prabhupada is saying 24 hours we have to chant. Even while sleeping, you listen to chant and give it to Krishna. Krishna, please take care of my dream when I'm going to sleep. This is exactly Srila Prabhupada's word. So
Yes.
kind of, that's what just I wanted, whatever I heard, I wanted to just...
Thank you, Mataji. Even in the Shastras they say, right? Bengali, who knows Bengali here? Utite, boshite, koite, choite. What is that?
Means you get up.
Utite, boshite, koite, choite, yata tata namlo. Bengali.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you, Mataji. Wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for this wonderful lecture. I actually missed all your previous 3. I'm going to listen to